Hey there, it's Linda, and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the difference between undergrad and graduate programs, so you know what to expect if you decide to apply to graduate school. The first difference is class size. In undergraduate programs, you'll often have hundreds of students in one class, and you'll often never get to know most of the students in that class. Graduate programs are a lot more competitive though, and they only take a small number of students each year. For example, in my counseling program, they only took 12 new students every year. And I think this is a huge advantage of graduate programs because you really get to know your classmates and professors a lot better and develop stronger relationships, and also get a lot more guidance and support if you need it. The second difference is attendance. In undergraduate programs, attendance is completely optional. So you can still pass your courses even if you don't show up to class, but still complete your assignments and exams. Sometimes there are marks associated with going to class or participation, but for the most part you can skip class with no consequences. In graduate school though, professors expect you to attend every single class, and they're going to know if you don't show up to class because of the small class sizes. At my school in particular, we have a very strict attendance policy where you can't miss more than 2 classes without a valid excuse, or you'll actually fail the course. The third difference is grades and expectations. So in undergraduate programs, professors are generally going to expect there to be a normal distribution of scores, where most people will fall somewhere in the middle and get B's or C's. And there'll be a few people who do very poorly, like getting F's, and there'll be a few people who do very well and get A's. But in graduate school, students are really expected to be high achievers, and most professors will expect students to get A's in the classes. And this is probably because most students who got into graduate school were already high achievers and they're already working at a high level. In graduate school, it's kind of expected that you'll get A's, and professors will generally give A's if you're participating in discussions and completing your assignments to the same standard that you did in undergrad. And I just want to add that a lot of professors in my graduate program told me that grades don't matter as much in graduate school, especially if you're not going to do any more education after your master's degree. But if you are planning to go on to do your PhD, then definitely focus on your grades, as well as if you're trying to get funding for a research project. Other than that, employers don't generally pay that much attention to your grades. The fourth difference is class format, or what happens when you go to class. In undergraduate programs, you'll generally go to class and be learning passively by listening to a lecture. While there are lectures as well in graduate school, there's also a lot more discussion and activities to do. And that definitely means that you need to make sure you've done your readings and your assignments so you're able to participate in the discussions. And it's not just enough to do the readings, you also have to really make sure you understand them in great depth so you can form an opinion and a stance on the topic for these discussions and activities. The next difference is program format. So undergraduate degrees have courses that you have to take for your major, but you generally get to choose the courses you want to take each semester and do them at your own pace or whichever semester that you want to take them. In undergraduate programs, there's also several electives that you get to take in order to complete your major. Graduate programs, on the other hand, are a lot more structured, and there's usually a set number of courses that you have to take each semester, and there's less flexibility in when you take those courses. And there's also much fewer electives to take. For example, in my program, I only got to take 3 courses that would be considered electives. Although you are able to take courses that are outside your program, you generally have to ask your advisor for permission or from the professor that's teaching that course. So in undergraduate programs, you generally have to take as many courses that allow you to graduate and complete your degree requirements, but in graduate programs, you also generally have to complete a research project, like doing a thesis or a dissertation. The sixth difference is about changing programs, and you can't generally change your mind about your graduate program once you've gotten into it. And this is because the graduate programs are a lot more specific. And what I mean by this is that in your undergraduate program, you can apply and start doing a biology degree, and then in your second year, you can switch and start doing an English degree. And this generally wouldn't be much of a problem, and you'd still be able to stay at the same school that you originally applied to. But graduate programs are not really like that, and if you apply to study biology for your master's, then you have to continue to do that program. And if you want to switch to something like English, you'd actually have to drop out of that program entirely and apply to do the master's in English. So with graduate programs, you want to know for sure what you want to study because you won't be able to switch into another program later on. The next difference is the length of the program. So undergraduate degrees will take about 4 years of study, and master's degrees will take 1 to 3 years of study, and PhDs will take about 5 to 7 years of study. So the master's degree will generally take a shorter amount of time, and the PhD will take a longer amount of time than the undergraduate degree. The last difference I noticed is in post-degree preparation. In undergraduate programs, you generally get courses where you learn the information and then get tested on it, or you apply the knowledge that you learned through an assignment like an essay or a project. Getting work experience is generally seen as optional, and not a lot of students do it for a variety of reasons. Graduate school, on the other hand, is a good combination of learning theories and getting that hands-on training that you can apply once you finish your program. Most graduate programs will offer you an internship or other useful training, or get you to do a research project with a supervisor, like a thesis or a dissertation. So I definitely found that my master's degree has given me a lot of useful skills and training to prepare me for a career as a counselor in the future. So I hope that gives you some idea about the difference between undergrad and graduate programs. And if you're looking for more videos about how to navigate through college and beyond, then definitely be sure to subscribe for more videos. So thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye!